2nd, 2024. Here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Man, miss one day. Feel like I missed a day. Thanks for all the emails saying you missed me, and the messages and notes. But like I say all the time, these guys I think are more than capable of doing it. And I think the more they do it, without me, the more they'll be ready to do without me. Probably a different tone. I didn't really watch that much of the show. I only watched a little bit. But
same tone. Some bickering, some back and forth. It was a good show.
Romanelli hold this shit together.
Yeah, he did.
For the most part.
I thought yesterday was a really fun show. It was a good show. Get some back and forth discourse. They got me on the Nationals yesterday. They got me. We had a pretty lengthy discussion about Rangers-Nationals yesterday.
The Rangers are 50-50 right now, man.
They are
50-50. But, that's way better than being 20-80, man. And it's like you can be 50-50 until the All-Star break and win the division or, win the World Series and all those other things. We see it all the time. It's not like every team that wins the World Series is or whatever starts off like. I mean, the Rangers were a wild card team last year. They didn't win the division, right? So, I mean, they played all those. The wild card round was on the road. And they were the road team in I believe in all the series, right? So. Maybe they were the home team against the D-backs, but the D-backs were a wild card team also. Nobody picked either of those teams. I'm going to guess that if you picked Diamondbacks Rangers World Series last year, man, that was probably a big one.
You're rich. You're somewhere living large. Other than that, though, it was a really good day for me yesterday. Went to the Stars game, seen them take the 3-2 series lead. Turn me up, Stars. I'm loving hockey right now. It's so turned. Shout out to the Stars. See if they can close them out in Vegas. And then, y'all already know these words is finna come out of my mouth. Fuck the Clippers, respectfully, man. Turn me up, man. Luka, motherfucking Doncic. That's all I had to say. I got it out. Let's go, man.
Well, so you almost hit that Heart of Dallas parlay yesterday.
I know.
Except for and we said the one that was probably going to get you was probably going to be the Rangers.
Yep, you were running that.
But you know what? It's just so weird seeing Andrew Heaney as a -200 favorite.
And he pitched really good. That's the disgusting part about it.
What's even more disgusting is that of all people, Trevor Williams pitched better.
I know. That's disgusting. But we had bases loaded, twice and got no runs?
Twice.
Yeah. Disgusting.
At least, yeah. They had runners in scoring position all night, but how many did they leave on base is the question. They left 27 men on base.
Disgusting. Scored 0.
Yeah. By the way, beginning of the season last year, I know it's different beginning of the playoffs, obviously, but beginning of the playoffs last year, Rangers Diamondbacks World Series was plus 175,000.
Wow.
$10 to win 17 grand. Whew.
I'm not in StreamYard, so I can't pop it up, or I would have. I think Mitch can. Rumbinelli. It's all good. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you. You didn't want to take the hat bet yesterday. You should have took the hat bet.
I need to see what he said. I got to go look.
He said, as a wise Ruffolo once said, stick to the NBA, Mr. Briggs.
Hey, whoa. Don't open up old wounds, okay?
Fair. Baseball done kicked my ass the last 2 days. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm 0-5 the last 2 days. It's kicking my ass. And they're all dogs that should have won. That's what's frustrating. I'll be all right, though.
Should have won? Wait a minute. that should have won.
Yeah. So 2 days ago, I had the White Sox, the Rockies, and the Guardians. They all had the.
I'm the diehard of the White Sox fans. I can tell you this much: there hasn't been a game this season they should have won. Man, they've been terrible, man.
Who won that game 2 days ago? They had.
Believe me, I've spent many years of games that they could have won, but I think in hindsight they probably shouldn't have won any of them.
The Rockies blow a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the ninth, like, and then take the lead in extras and still lose. That's the type of week I'm having in baseball, but it happens. For sure, King J, baseball is for the strong-hearted. It's all good, man. Some money making Thursday. We got some day baseball today. I'm excited for it. Chris's Leafs are in action. You know what I mean? Seeing if they can avoid the elimination. Yeah, let's put the pressure on you today.
Oh.
Life's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I don't even know. I'm gonna be on pins and needles from 7 till like 11 o'clock, depending on how it goes. North people are excited for play.
What happened? You cut out there.
I kind of heard you cut out too for me.
Oh, sorry. Only when the Leafs are playing. I dread playoff hockey. It's like, if it's anyone else, I don't mind. If it's anyone else, I love it. And then after a week, it goes away because the Leafs are usually gone. So
we'll see what them boys do tonight, man. We'll see.
Will they still around the Leafs?
Yeah, they won Game 5, 2-1. But
they down 3-2. Can they force Game 7?
It would be the second year in a row that Boston was up 3-1 in a series and it went to Game 7. Last year it didn't work out for them.
Shall be interesting. 2 good games, 2 closeout games tonight in the NBA. See if somebody going home tonight. Mitch, we got to ask you, man. How you feeling, man? Are you okay?
I'm a better man. I'm not a fan, so I could care less, man. It's like if the Celtics go down to us in the first series, great. If they go down to the Nuggets in the championship, I'm equally as good. I could care less, man. I just hate rah-rah bandwagon fanboys. I am all about winning money betting on sports. That's what I do for a living. I am not a fan. I could care less, man. You've never seen me wear a Heat shirt. I have no Heat things here, whatever. It is just more about, and I say they beat us. Congratulations, man. They beat us. We were missing our best player. That's not the reason they beat us. They just beat us. And that's all fine and well. No excuses, no nothing. I don't care. Plus 400 for me on the series, and I will move on to the next one. It's like that is really what it's all about. And, I could care less about that. If it isn't us that's going to beat them, without Jimmy, I don't know who in the East is going to take them out. Maybe it's the Knicks, maybe it's Sixers, maybe it's somebody else. But they ain't beating the Nuggets, I'll tell you that much. And they ain't beating the Thunder. So
that was going to be my next question. What are your chances that these boys go and win the NBA Finals?
0, man.
0?
0. Well, it's Joe, and maybe if Jokic gets hurt and everybody else, it's like, I mean, let's look at it. It's like let's look at reality. I mean, like I said, I give them all the credit in the world and all that kind of stuff, and whatever there is to it. But it's like at the same time, they beat the 8 seed missing their best player, 4 games to 1. That's what they've done so far this year. We've seen them make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and even to the NBA Finals several times over. And they just get their ass kicked at some point. And it's usually the most meaningful, pivotal times. And that's when, if they can get past that, then I say congratulations to you. But I'm not ready to crown them the champs like everybody else is, round one of the playoffs beating the 8 seed, man. I'm not. And it's like, I'm not going to crown them a champs at the beginning of the season like everybody did. Same thing they did with Purdue. Same thing they did with, all these other things. Same thing they do with, in football they do it with teams. They do it in baseball. They do Dodgers, right? I mean, I don't give it to anybody, man. The Dodgers have one championship in 35 years. The same amount that the Rangers have. The Dodgers and the Rangers have the same amount of World Series over the last 35 years. The only difference between the Dodgers and the Rangers is that the Rangers won it through a 162-game season and the Dodgers did it in a 60-game season. That's the only difference. And you guys can say whatever you want, man, about their payroll and Ohtani and all this other shit. It's like the Rangers have as many World Series as the Dodgers do over the last 35 years, and I think the Diamondbacks have as many as they do also. So, I'm pretty sure that I know the Diamondbacks do have as many World Series over the last 35 years as the Dodgers do. And the Giants have 3 or 4 times more.
Fair enough. I had to.
It's all good and well. You go back historically, and the Dodgers even historically don't have a ton of championships, man. They don't. The Celtics do. But they had a lot better teams with a lot better players than they have now on those teams.
Did you see your favorite players going to miss the entire second round?
Tatum?
No, the other one.
Oh
no, not Porzingis.
Yeah, but the thing is, the East is pretty soft here. It's pretty soft. If there was a team that was probably going to take him out, it's probably going to be the Heat. Everybody in the East has a major injury. Every single team in the East, except for the Pacers, has a major injury, except for the Celtics and the Pacers. Everyone's best player is injured.
That Cleveland Magic too.
Yeah, neither of those teams are going anywhere.
So what do you think Boston does to either one of those two?
Sweeps.
4-0?
4-0.
It depends. To me, it just depends. I think they might get one at home because they're both pretty good at home, but it's probably going to be 4-1.
4-0, 4-1 at best.
I was about to say it didn't matter if the Heat made it or if the Celtics made it because we knew what Mitch's bet was probably going to be for the second round. If it was the Heat, Heat every game. If it was the Celtics, whoever they're playing, every game.
We'll see. They've been balling.
Okay,
but like
theoretically,
gotta take it with a grain of salt. Were you gonna say, Roof?
Yeah. It's game to game, right? Like nothing's stopping from Jason Tatum from spraining his ankle in game 2, and that would throw off the whole series. So it's one of those things where you just have to take it game by game, like you said, take it with a grain of salt for what it is. Just look at what the game is on the surface and treat it accordingly. But realistically, we know it's Celtics. If it's the Cavs, what do you think the average spread is in that series?
If it's Celtics Cavs?
Yeah.
It's going to be the same as this one. Maybe even high. Maybe.
You think?
Yeah. No.
10.
I was going to say 8.5, 9.
If the Mavs are favored 7.5 tomorrow night over the Clips, and it's probably going to go 8.5, right? 9. I'm going to guess the Celtics are going to be at least that in all of their games against the Cavs.
If it's the Magic, it's 11.5.
If it's the Magic in Boston, it's 12.5, 13.5.
I'm gonna be on Orlando the whole series.
You've been getting your ass kicked on Orlando, man.
Not really. I'm 2-3.
Let's see. You're 0-3 in games in Cleveland and on Orlando.
2-3. I'm 2-3.
Right, but you're 0-3 in games in Cleveland. In games in Cleveland,
I only got one unit, and I didn't get juiced at all because I took money line every game in Cleveland.
No, that's why you're 2-3 instead of 3-2. But that's a different story for a different show. That's called hedging. It's a hedging strategy where you put where you bet another bet, on that. It's like
I know
in the playoffs. You kind of take the points, in a lot of cases, unless you're getting ridiculous, like plus 400, 500.
I don't know. I really like that spot for him in game. What was that? The last game. We'll see. We'll see their favorite tomorrow. 4.5. Got Mavs 7.5. Ooh, shit. Shorty. It's just hard for me to get off Orlando, man. I don't know why I be hating on Orlando. They done made me more money than any team this season. Them boys they're my boys, man. It's hard to get off of them. Orlando covered at a 62% clip this season. Whew.
But then it goes back to that argument of when does regular season statistics not, I don't say statistics, but when does it not matter in terms of the variable of playoff basketball?
Yep. And that's the $1 million question.
Because the overall cover rate, kind of went out the window when they got their butts kicked in Cleveland. But at home, it held true because they dominated.
Yeah, but
Cleveland.
They covered last game. They
did. I'm just talking about going into game 3.
Oh, they got slaughtered.
Yeah. But even then, like we're saying, 62% means you still didn't cover 38% of the time. So,
yeah.
And the bulk of those were on the road.
Yep. Fair.
Oops. Ripped my box. Oh no, that's where all the value is.
I disagree with the Magic young for playoff money. I disagree. I disagree. I think they really got cheated yesterday.
He's got a bag over his head.
Wagner got fouled on that last play. To me, he got hit upside the head. It should have been 2 free throws. But, you don't hear me crying. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Yeah, Dame doubtful. We'll talk about it in a little bit. He's doubtful. So is Young. Not out right now, but doubtful.
Mitch took it out of the box, man. It's not worth anything now.
Mitch don't like that.
Jay keeps him on the box. I can't see him. Glare. Dirk. Oh, I met Dirk. Well, not really, but I met a Hall. I had my picture taken with him. Which Jay, next time Jay goes to the airport, he's gonna be walking all over the place trying to find that thing. Now this box is damaged anyway. These are sold out, man. You cannot get these. They don't make them anymore. These are it's out of the box. So, sorry. We'll have to put that in my will that you guys can fight over the bobbleheads. A wrestling match. In the it's got to be settled in the octagon.
It's going to be like the very first UFC tournament where you get 8 different weight classes.
It's like, and got Ronnie Van Zant. Very rare. Super limited. I'll tell you, the minor league baseball bobbleheads are the best ones.
Yeah.
Those are the hardest ones to get. Like Ronnie Van Zant. Very, very hard to get. I forget what even team that gives it out. And Ray Charles. I mean, those are the tough ones, man. Minor league baseball. They only make very limited. Very limited. Got new Pick Dogs gear coming. Should be ready by the end of the month. I've gotten a lot of questions about our hoodies and stuff. It's weird. When we were selling them, I got not hardly any questions, but we didn't really push it. But this time we're going to be a little bit more, we're at least going to mention it more often. Where you can get the cool gear that we wear.
They be asking me all the time about this jacket.
Yeah, people ask me all the time too.
Yeah.
Not Chris.
Oh, they ask me. I wear mine out.
They ask everyone but Chris. My neighbor's got a jackfruit tree. Have you ever seen that stuff?
What's
Oh,
a
yeah.
jack?
It's like
What is
these
that?
giant fruits. I mean, they're giant. They
It-
have like spikes all over them, but they're like supposedly really, really good. And it's like everybody
A lot of people-
drives by their house and just stops and stares
Like a
at it.
fruit?
Like they're gonna. It's super expensive, the jackfruit as well.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a fruit, but it's a lot of people like vegans and vegetarians use it for like pulled pork because it's supposed to like represent the same, like, or like replicate the texture or something like that.
What?
I swear to you, yeah. If you look at like vegan and like vegetarian restaurants and stuff like that, people use jackfruit as a replacement for like pulled pork
Okay.
because when you open it up, like it breaks off the same. Breadfruit's the craziest one to me. Like to have like just this giant thing that you just open it up and tastes like bread on the inside.
Oh, man, I hate getting in these email arguments where the tone gets lost. This is why my lawyer has a boat, like a really nice boat. You know? So our new website that we're having built, I have to say this is the most expensive project as far as on the internet that I've ever been worked on. You know, for Pick Dog Sports Chat, the old Sports Chat, my other websites that I'm legally not allowed to mention that I used to own, and some of the other newer websites that we have. This is the biggest one I've ever done. So it's like everything's just high stakes. All right. Anyways. Yeah. So Zach Wheeler won yesterday, but he didn't cover the run line or anything like that. So he actually got a win. He's gotten a few wins.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow. I think this weekend series, like tomorrow's games and stuff, way more interesting than this week. Like today's tough. You know, there's nothing. It's all early games. All early stuff. Hey, did anyone watch my video? Did you guys watch my video?
It was really good.
Did you like it?
I started it and I got busy.
Oh,
Got bored.
I got busy. I started it.
Got
I'm
bored.
gonna go back and finish.
Got bored. It's 10 minutes. Sean actually wrote the whole thing. Sean's good at it. We'll part two we're gonna start part two, I think, this week. But you guys know, like everyone knows that watches my videos and stuff, I never read a script, right? So like doing a 10-minute video for me is really difficult. Even though we do. How many videos do you think we do a year? Between us three, 5,000.
like including game videos. Oh god. Okay, well, more. I have to think. No.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like on average during college hoop season on a busy Saturday, we'll do 30 on a Saturday.
I would put it in terms of hours. How many hours do you think you put in?
Oh.
I think that'd be you know what I mean? I think that'd be easier to kind of.
I know, but it's like I had to do this one where there's a lot of off a script because there's just so much information. Yeah. Imagine how hard that is to like all of a sudden get a script, and, like have to like read the script and not look like you're reading it. It's like I almost had to take acting classes to do it. You know how you do it? Like how do you look like you're not reading? Is you go like this, man. Just move your head a lot, move around. This way, it's like it looks like you move your head instead of your eyes, so it doesn't look like you're reading. Anything else I missed yesterday? Costi say anything relevant?
Costi and I are messaging off here. Our new favorite player, Goda Imanaga.
Joke. Cup fans.
He He was good. He was going crazy because he kept screaming, "Even I got some."
Yeah. Cub fans.
Yeah, well, I know I'm an Imanaga fan.
Nah, you're a Cubs fan. You know what happens to Cub fans?
No, I don't. Tell me I'm not one. So
Basically, you end up at the game with a headset and some kind of weird looking hat, and you have a picture taken of you that you have to live with the rest of your life. Basically, Bartman too.
Oh jeez.
Jay, were you? Jay probably wasn't alive when Bartman happened.
No, he was.
No, I don't think so.
Bartman was 03, wasn't
he? What is Bartman? What is that?
See? He doesn't know.
He was young. He was young, but he doesn't know.
Alive. He doesn't know. So the Cubs were playing the Marlins in the playoffs.
So it was 03 then.
The Cubs had a sick team. They had a sick team. They had
like 4.
They had Kerry Wood and they had Mark Pryor were their 2 pitchers, and they had bought like all-star players. So like Moises Alou was playing in left field. So the ball gets hit into left field and it's drifting towards the stands. And Alou goes over to catch the ball, and a fan has his hands, and it's pretty much he's still in the stands, right? And he goes and he catches the ball, and Alou just turns around at him. He just starts screaming at him, right? That, this would have been the 3rd out of the inning. And he's just screaming at him, like.
At home?
Yeah, they were home.
Oh, yeah, you got to scream at him. What the fuck
no, he's yelling at him. Yeah. I mean, he's going crazy. But, of course, the Marlins unload on the Cubs. Game 6. This is Game 6. Yeah. This is back when it was 2-3-2. Game 6 in Wrigley. 2-3-2. And the Marlins unload on them. And they end up losing the game. Dang. And, I mean, Bartman's just vilified. The guy who was Steve Bartman, right?
He's getting vilified?
Oh, no, he's getting vilified at the game. People are throwing stuff at him. Like, it's a dangerous situation here. The cops have to come in and escort him out of the stadium. This guy is, like, terrorized, like, by Chicago fans everywhere. It's like he's never made another public appearance, like, since then on anything. No shows about it, no nothing. And the Cubs, when they won the World Series, they sent him a ring, and he sent it back. And he was like the biggest Cubs fan. He is the biggest Cubs fan. And I guess they did a show about this. And like they tracked him down to his job, went into the parking garage and met him. And he was just like, "Hey, I don't really want to talk about it." It was like, it was the craziest thing. Remember that, Chris? It was like the craziest.
He was sitting there, and it was just like, oh boy. And then he found out everything that happened. I'm pretty sure he didn't leave his house for a month after that game, at least.
It was terrible. And he was getting death threats, everything. But what happened the next game was the Marlins just cleaned their clock again.
Well, they came out and they obliterated him.
No, I think what happened, though, is I think the Cubs had the lead in the next game. I think it was Kerry Wood was pitching, and he was dealing through 5. And then the Marlins got the lead on him again and beat him. And the thing is, that Marlins team went on to win the World Series. The Marlins have won more World Series in the last 35 years than the Dodgers have, too. And that was an amazing Marlins team. That was a Marlins team that they built by trading players like Moises Alou. They had built it all through the farm, and they had one of the best pitching staffs ever. Josh Beckett was the guy on the staff. He was like the big guy, and it was like, I mean, he had come out of nowhere at that point.
Yeah, Kerry Wood got charged with 7 runs over 5 2/3
in Game 7.
Game 7, yeah.
What was 6? Was Mark Pryor, right?
5-3.
Yeah,
they were up 5-3 after the 3rd, and then 6 runs from the 5th through the 7th.
Was Miggy on that team for the Marlins?
He was, yeah. Let's see who was on the Marlins.
Yeah,
Juan Pierre, Luis Castillo.
They were sick. Pudge. They had Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah, Alex Gonzalez, Jeff Conine, Mike Lowell.
Lowell ended up being a star in Boston as well. Who else?
Derek Lee.
Derek Lee ended up being on the Cubs, right? He ended up being, I think, a Hall of
Yeah, I'm
Famer as
pretty
well,
sure, yeah.
first baseman for the Cubs.
Yeah.
That Marlins team. Look, how about this pitching staff? What was the pitching staff of the Marlins?
Pitching staff was
AJ Burnett. They had Beckett. They had all guys, Jay, that they had gotten by trading their star players. And when they traded these players, everyone was like, "You're crazy," because the Marlins won the World Series. They did the free agent thing. They got all stars, and they just won the World Series out of nowhere. Then they traded all of these players for like what seemed to be nothing. And it ended up being like this pitching staff that was like all the biggest free agent signings of the day. It was Josh Beckett, who became the star of stars. He won the World Series in Boston as well with the Red Sox. Who else was on that staff? Was it AJ Burnett?
It was
Dontrell. Was Dontrell on the staff?
Dontrell was there. Yeah, AJ Burnett wasn't a starter at that point, but the starting rotation was Carl Pavano, Brad Penny.
Signed a monster contract in Detroit.
Yeah, Brad Penny, Mark Redmond, Dontrell Willis, and Josh Beckett.
Penny signed a monster. And who was the relievers?
Ugueth Urbina. Oh boy.
Oogie.
Yeah.
He went to jail, right?
Yeah, he did. That's what I said. Oh boy. Tim Spoonie Barger, Armando Almanza, Michael Tejera, and Braden Looper was the closer.
Looper was good. So they were, I mean, that Marlins team, they won the World Series. They beat the Yankees. And Beckett was deemed as the Yankee killer, which is why the Red Sox went out and got him, paid him $1 zillion. But it all came out of the Bartman game.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, man. I think there's got to be I think there's a Netflix show.
I think there's.
Or is it 30 for 30, ESPN?
30 for 30.
Yeah, 30 for 30 about Bartman. But, oh, man.
I think it's just called Bartman.
Yeah, it might be called Bartman. So put it on your list next to Hoosiers.
Sorry, no, it's Catching Hell.
Catching Hell.
Inside the Bartman debacle. That might be the best segue I've seen from the comments.
What's that?
They're like, speaking of the Marlins.
Speaking of the Marlins, got the Marlins and the Rockies.
That was pretty good. I gotta give credit for that.
I'll give yeah. We love a good segue. I love a good segue.
Yeah,
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
I love a good segue. Marlins and the Rockies. Orioles and the Yankees. Chris, who do you like?
I like the Orioles.
33 minutes before we even get to a pick, man. Welcome home. Welcome home. That's all I can say.
It's like you never left.
It's like I never left. 33 minutes and 30 seconds.
On a Thursday card when our first game is at 12:10. It's okay. It's our show. It's your show. That's how we do it. I originally liked the Yankees going into this game because I thought it was going to be Cole Irvin that would get the start here, but it looks like Kyle Bradish is making his debut, and Bradish is one of my guys, so gotta go with the Orioles here. Switching tune from the video. I like this Orioles lineup when they back up Bradish. He was really profitable for him last year. Carlos Rodon, I'm still a little bit worried with him against this Orioles lineup that's been a little bit cold against lefties, but I think they can heat up here. And I am pleading the fifth on that Colorado-Miami game. No, thank you. If I had to go with anything, it'd be the Marlins with Edward Cabrera, but I'm not backing the Marlins at minus 180.
No, I did not see this.
Did you see that Ryan Garcia tested positive for PEDs?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You know what I call that? Putting in the extra effort. Doing what it takes. Chris, take notes. He's a doer. At least he won. You know, we're not the guys who take the PEDs and lose, or like you hear about like these athletes that took PEDs. It's like that guy stinks, man. It's like, what would he be like without the PEDs?
This is true.
That was like, Antonio Margarito. Remember he plastered his hands in boxing when he fought Shane Mosley.
Yeah,
it's like he got his ass kicked by like a bunch of guys before that. It's like, jeez. Anyways,
I'm on the Rockies.
It's serving you well this series, man. I watched yesterday's show. That was the portion I watched.
I know.
Went down the toilet on that ugly bitch.
And you have a hell of a stat. What is it now? 0-11 versus the NL East.
Yep. It's like I've had games like that, man. It's like that's how I felt about my Heat money line pick. Went down the toilet on that ugly bitch. It's like
But I'm not laying minus 180 with the Marlins, bro. I can't.
It's Cabrera, man.
It is Cabrera. Y'all know I like Cabrera, but like
I don't even lay the 2.5.
Hell no. I don't even know if I could do that with my guy Lazar.
How bad is Lambert to be laying that? Because this is a bullpen game for the Rockies, and the Rockies bullpen I know has like a 6+ ERA. This is I don't know.
Yeah. I'm betting the Rockies. I am. That's what the value is. I like Cabrera. Peter Lambert, please don't get cranked early in this game. Hopefully that same Marlins dead offense that we've seen many times this season shows up. Or even maybe that Marlins bullpen that reared its ugly head multiple times this season pops up.
What's worse, the Marlins bullpen or the White Sox bullpen?
The Rockies bullpen after what they did to me the other day. Nah, I don't know. There's some terrible bullpens out there where like when you just see certain people walk out, you just know what time it is. Like, do you think they get excited when they see certain like hitters get like really excited when they see certain pitchers on the mound? Look at Romanelli. I like Cabrera, I do, man, but I don't like the people surrounding Cabrera right now. Yesterday for Heen Dog, I like the people surrounding Heaney. That's how it works. Right, is funny, bro. I give it to him. He's funny, bro. I got Heaney pitched to Jim yesterday. That's what's so sickening. Sickening. Seven innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks. My guy was dealing. What else was in this slot? It was
Orioles, Yankees.
This is a 50-50 game. So in a 50-50 game, I guess I'll take the home team. The problem is I don't really know what to expect from Bradish today. Rodon, he's okay. I know what I'm going to get from Rodon. He's going to be serviceable. You know what I mean? He's not going to be terrible. He's not going to be great. He's going to be serviceable. I'll lean towards Baltimore, but it's not like an official play or anything. I don't know what Bradish gonna give me today, so that's why it's tough. Next two, we got the Cubbies, Chris's team, and the Mets, and we got the Red Sox, one of my teams, and the Giants, Mitch's team. What you like here, Mitch?
I'm going with the Giants, man. I've gone down the shitter on them the last 2 days. I went 3-1 yesterday. My one loss was the Giants. I'm taking them though again today. I'm going to go down with the ship. They're heading into Philly tomorrow, which we know is a layup for them. They absolutely own the Phillies. So, plus Aaron Nola's pitching tomorrow, so they know it's going to be like a party time after this one. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with Kyle Harrison in that one. Also, I like the Cubs in this one. It's a rare Cubs pick for me. It doesn't make me a Cubs fan by any stretch of the imagination. I still hate their guts and everything they stand for, but I'm going to go with them in this game because it's just a pure fade of Adrian Hauser. No other reason. He's against everything I stand for, which is good pitching. I don't like guys that give up a lot of walks, a lot of home runs, a lot of runs, a lot of hits, stuff like that. I mean, when you're replaced in the rotation by Joe Ross, you got some issues.
Less for less.
Tomorrow, he's pitching tomorrow, actually, at Wrigley. So.
Some of your bits are just hilarious. Just for
yeah. Didn't even take me that long either.
It just kind of happened.
Well, it was sitting there. I went for it.
Oh, man.
What you doing here, Roof?
Let's see here. Yeah, that Cubs-Mets game is ugly. I would take the Cubs, if anything. Like Mitch said, it's just maybe a fade of Adrian Hauser more than anything else.
Why is the line even there, though? That's what makes me nervous. Like,
yeah,
why?
Because I think it's two, subpar starting pitchers. I mean, Ben Brown, he's nothing to write home about. And the Cubs do have the better record. They've been all right on the road at 500. The Mets are still a sub 500 home team. Hauser hasn't been very good.
I guess the Mets are home, so
yeah.
For sure.
And the other one, I'm going with the Red Sox. Kyle Harrison can definitely eat up some innings for the Giants, which is what this rotation needs. But the problem is, it was a bullpen game yesterday. This bullpen's probably really taxed. And I think the Red Sox can get to Harrison here. They've been one of the better teams in terms of batting average against lefties in the last couple weeks. They've been the better team in this series by a wide margin. They have a great bullpen. This looks like it's probably going to be a bit of an extended bullpen game. Winkowski, a guy, normally goes 3 innings, so I'll take the Red Sox here. Coin flip price.
I like both. I like both of them. I'm with you on both of those, Roof. I'm on the Red Sox and I'm on the Cubs. That Cubs game makes me real nervous. That line, I think, looks kind of janky. Because I see, -1. Ben Brown, he's not good. He's not that good. So, I guess I kind of understand why the line is where it's at. He's kind of a bullpen guy, I get a little bit, but I don't know. He's okay, I guess what I'll say. He's okay. But like they said, it's Hauser on the other side. But the only thing, I would be on the Cubs for sure here if they were like -120. Because I think that's where it should be. The fact that it's even money. But it's the Mets, they're always overrated, overvalued too. They're kind of like, the Mets kind of remind me of like the Suns of the NBA. That's kind of who the Mets remind me of. Like, they're all right, but they're overvalued okay team. It's kind of how I look at them.
Right. Who's a team in the NBA that has all the talent but didn't really deliver? Like they're like a
the Suns. Yeah, the Suns.
Okay.
That's the perfect analogy. That's what they are. The Suns.
Because the Mets have that. I think Mitch has said it in the videos a few times. I think I've said it a couple times. The Mets still have a lineup with guys like Francisco Alvarez, Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso. This is a good batting lineup. It's just I don't know, it never really comes together for them.
I'm seeing some Clippers. Yeah. I could go for some Clippers. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but
that's
the
kind
Suns are already gone, man. They already got swept out of town. It's like I'd say they're worse than the Clippers.
Well, I was saying the Mets. They were saying the Mets are kind of like the Clippers, or
Not now. The Mets have gotten rid of most of those higher end guys.
Yeah. So I'll fade the Mets today. I'll join you guys on the Cubbies, and then I'm on the Red Sox though, Mitch. I've been on the Red Sox. It's hard for me to get off of them. It's a good team. Well, this is an okay team. Okay, this is my other argument. The Red Sox are an okay team that's undervalued. Now, those are the teams that I like. You know what I mean? I like fading I teams that are overvalued, and I like taking I teams that are undervalued. That's really the realm where you find and make your money. Like your Magics, the okay teams that are undervalued and make money. It teams like the Thunder that are undervalued and be hooping. And I kind of feel like the Red Sox are in that little realm right now where many people don't really believe in them. They think they're going to be just dead last in their division, so they kind of just toss them aside. They may be dead last in their division, but that don't mean they're not going to compete and win some games. They're 5 games above 500. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Coin flip price against a Giants team that ain't been playing all that well. Sign me up. I'm on Boston.
What we got for the last one? Rangers, Nationals, and Astros-Guardians.
Yeah, I already know where I'm at in both. 2-team parlay. Rangers, money line. The price is crazy. I don't want to really like the run line after how they did me yesterday. Leaving Ruffolo, how many was it yesterday? 27?
27 runners.
Oh, my God. So I'm a little nervous about laying the run line. I think they win the game, though, win the series. So I would parlay them up with the Guardians is what I would do. Y'all know me, I fade the Astros every single day. I'm up tremendously this season doing it, so it's kind of hard to stop. Guardians made me sweat it yesterday, but I'm back on the horse today. We got a team that's 10 games above 500. That's a dog to a team that's 10 games below 500, bro. That's the value I'll be preaching about, value I'm talking about. Fuck the Astros. I'm on the Guardians.
Nationals for me. 50-50 Rangers, man, getting almost 2-1 of your money. That's value right there.
Yeah.
And I'll take the Guardians as well. Not a big Spencer Arrighetti fan.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Nationals too. I like Mitchell Parker.
Is there a way to know it all? Sign up for notifications.
Yeah, there's that notification bell in the description of the video. But, I'm going to take the value with the Nationals here. Eovaldi's been freaking me out lately. 11 walks in his last 2 starts. He's been leaving stuff hanging out over the plate. The Nationals are just hitting the ball well right now. And, I agree the Rangers should be favored here, but 210 seems a little bit much for me.
Evo.
I know, but it feels like, I don't know.
I get it. I get it. I really do.
I'm saying the last couple starts, though, he hasn't looked right. I mean, he was good early on. I mean, carried over that World Series for him, but I don't know. And the Rangers against lefties in the last 10 days, 33.3% strikeout rate. So if Parker can get the strikeouts up, I think if you can leave 27 men on base in one game, you could probably do something similar again. So I'll take the Nationals, but I'm with the guys on the Guardians here. Just keep seeing these prices with the Astros because they're the Astros, but when's a guy like Spencer Arrighetti just doesn't look ready for the major leagues? It's kind of what happened with Grayson Rodriguez last year. Kind of what happened with Brandon Pfaadt. Yeah, guys that just struggled in the early season and then got sent down, worked on some things, came back and pitched well. So I think that's what's going to happen here with Arrighetti. Give me the Guardians.
So Kyle, bro, I thought it was a lock. Honestly, I really did. I told you he was coming out the hoop, and I told you take his over points prop, which was like 32 yesterday. He had 35, and he didn't play the last 7 minutes of the game because it was a 30-point plus blowout. Like,
if it wasn't a blowout, he probably hits 40, maybe even 45.
Yeah, for sure. The Clippers pulled their starters before we did, so it kind of was just like, there's no point.
The Perils of betting the point props in the National Blowout Association.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Some interesting news just came across my phone. Giannis Antetokounmpo could return Thursday from Woj. Damian Lillard upgraded from doubtful to questionable. Oh shit! I might gotta reshoot the jam session. Oh shit! Can Milwaukee do the impossible? I ain't gonna lie. Y'all ready to go to the NBA? Y'all want to talk about it?
Let's do it.
All right, we got Pacers, Milwaukee. I'm trying to see if this line gonna do any moving with that news that just popped up because the line was 8.5, so it's kind of hard to know what's gonna do here in the next couple minutes. This news is fresh, like just came across the wire. So,
but like it's all over the place. Like one book has 7, one has 8, one has 8.5.
It's gonna come down to like 3, 4 by game time.
Well, yeah, that's the ultimate wait and see game because
that's the thing.
Unless you want the Pacers and you try to get in, unless you want the Bucks, then you get in on them now.
Yeah, if you want Milwaukee, get in now.
You want to lose your money, get in on the Bucks now. It ain't gonna matter.
But that's my thing. I'm on the Pacers here in this one too, regardless if they both play or not. I think they get closed out. But I ain't gonna lie, if I can get 3 rather than 8, I feel better there. So I'm probably gonna take the wait and see approach on the Pacers in this game. Wait till the line drops. I've seen the Pacers kick the crap out of Milwaukee all season long. Healthy, not healthy. In all honesty, I think it would do them better to run back that same guys from last game, the Beverly Portis Bucks, man, because they was playing with some heart. I don't know really if Giannis and Dame gonna come back in here and be who they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's the big issue for me. Give me Indiana. Close out at home, at the crib. Indiana, this building is gonna be, as somebody who's gone to some playoff games recently, bro, I'm telling you, the venue, it matters. It matters. It matters. And for a team like Indiana, the Pacers, small market, bro, this venue today in a closeout game is going to be on 1 million. Like
the Pacers, Jay, even though they're a small market, have one of the most rabid fan bases of any
I believe
of any market. Did you know? And I know you didn't know this, but I'll educate you a little bit here. That when they had the merger of the ABA and the NBA, the Pacers were not originally one of the teams that were going to be brought over. And there was like a riot, man. It was like a riot. And then they brought the Pacers over.
I just checked one book. Mine's already.
They're from the merger, the Pacers. And it's like that's how it was, like a riot, man. It was like there was no way they weren't gonna be one of the teams,
I'm seeing some 4.5s pop up. So yeah, you guys just watch.
The teams ended up being the Nuggets, the Pacers, the Nets, and the Spurs.
No, but we're in agreement. That's what I'm saying. Like this venue today for the Pacers, bro, it's gonna be like on a whole nother level, man. And I think they respond at home at the crib and get it done. What you think, Roof?
I think I gave out the Bucks in the video when it was at 8.5. Just if I was gonna want to get in with if I really thought the Bucks were gonna compete here, if Dame and Giannis played and it made a difference, I'd want to get in, like you said, at 8.5 than 5.5. Let's see here. Sorry, I lost the line. Give me a sec. I might still go with the over 213.5 here, to be honest. Even if Giannis and Dame play, if they don't, we saw it last night. Even in a blowout, this game can get up and over the total.
I think you love him.
I got a bit of a crush on Giannis.
You love Giannis.
Maybe Indiana.
You like love him.
Love him. Yeah. I want to hold hands.
Love him long time.
Okay.
Tommy Henry, Giannis.
Giannis, love you long time.
Yeah.
Tommy Henry style.
Yeah. I might go with Indiana's team total over, just because I don't think it's going to affect them. I just think it's going to affect how the Bucks play that game.
You love Indiana's going to get their
Indiana's going to get their points. It's just a matter of if the Bucks keep pace.
Oh, Giannis is going to get his points. You know that.
Why'd you have to say it like that?
You know that. Oh. You know Giannis is getting his
points. Mitch just pulled out the Karen hips on me.
You know Giannis is getting his numbers.
I think Mitch just wanted to speak to a manager just now.
You know Giannis is getting his numbers. Yeah, don't even try it.
I'm going to take the Pacers over 111.5.
The Bucks over 121.5. Giannis over 33. I'm on the Pacers. It's easy money. There's a layup. That was
classic Doc.
Yep. So stale, that bit. All right. Last but not least, Sixers Knicks. What if you had a series between two of the biggest TV markets and really kind of went through the motions here? What do you guys think?
Franchise player, lead us off.
Oh my God.
Supposed to be franchise player. Talking about practice, not a game.
Sure, tough today because I mean, we've already. Stop it.
I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. But we're talking about practice, not a game.
If I had to lean towards the side at 3, I'd probably lean towards the Knicks. But I think the better play again, over. I mean, I love the sexy picks in today's NBA slot, but like I said, lean towards the Knicks for me, and the points. But I think this one gets into the high 200s, 10, 106, 103, or 105, 103, something like that. So give me the over, lean towards the Knicks and the points.
Jay?
I'm getting the same eerie feeling about Embiid today that I had about my man Luka Doncic yesterday. When you see these MVP style players have bad games in the postseason, and there's a couple of days off, and then you see the media slander them, you can almost guarantee that next game they're coming out ready to play, bro. Last game, in Philadelphia, man, the Knicks took over. What is it called in Philadelphia? I forgot what it's called. I know what it's called. It's just like leave my mind off the top of my head. They took over the venue. That will not be the case today. The Sixers fans are gonna show up in full. You know what I mean? Hey, this is one of them. The Fargo Center, Wells Fargo Center. That's what it's called. They packed in the Wells Fargo Center. The Knicks fans. That will not be the case today. Sixers fans will be out there in droves, man. Embiid is going absolutely nuts today. You might as well bet his over props. Maxey gonna have a Maxey style game. Hell of a game for Maxey last game. I love Maxey, hometown hero. But this the Embiid game. This the I'm at home at the crib. This is I am still the reigning MVP. Did y'all forget? Y'all think y'all finna beat me twice at home at the crib, bro? Y'all think y'all finna end me at home at the crib? All right. Bet. Watch this. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Give me Embiid tonight. He going crazy.
Do you think this whole we can't let them come back to Philadelphia, we can't let the fans into Philadelphia thing's gonna?
Yes.
Sixers.
I was just curious.
I was
just curious.
All day Sixers. All day, all night. This is what the NBA wants. 7-gamer.
Game 7 in the Garden. Like, come on now.
First round.
Yeah, Sixers, Knicks. Come on now.
Winner plays. They play the Pacers.
Yeah.
Could be Pacers Celtics, man. The Eastern Finals.
So I'm on the Knicks. I'm on the Sixers in this one too, Mitch. I am. I wouldn't take Maxey's over Mills. I wouldn't touch it.
No way.
Embiid game. This is the Embiid game.
This is the Embiid game. Kind of like the Kyrie Luka. Same thing.
Yeah. Like Kyrie was leading the series for the Mavs, and then Luka showed up when it mattered most. That's going to be the case today. Embiid shows up tonight.
So
y'all know. I'm not.
So Jay, the Heat game went under. That means do you still like your total pick for this game? It's like. Haven't seen that one in a while in the jam session. Those were always my favorite comments. It's like some game totally unrelated to this one, either went over or under the total. You still like your pick in this one. It's like, what? What are you talking about, man? You're all hung up on.
Yes, sir.
Let me see something.
You're right, Ray Taylor. Embiid is not Luka, but he's in that same space. He's in that same airspace. They're both top 5. You know what I mean? Both top 5. And depending who you talk to, some people got to be better than Luka.
With Fargo, the new version.
All right, I'm going to hit you with something. Joel Embiid, 40-point double-double, plus 900. 40-point triple-double, plus 6,800.
40-point double-double and plus 900?
Yeah.
I like that. I love that. I fucking love that. Oh, my God. I love that. Where's that at? I'm going to go bet that right now.
Your line chopping.
Points, 10 rebounds. Damn.
Yeah.
I can see it happening, bro. I can see it happening. Plus 900. Good looks on that roof. We betting that. Good look.
And the other thing is, if you think that Brunson's going to do the heavy lifting again, you could probably add him for, what was it, 30? What's he had in the series? Let's see, Brunson. You could go with, all right, hold on. I might have just cooked something here. Give me a second. Oh, no.
Anyways. What do you got?
We got
Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, 40-point double-double. And Jalen Brunson, 40-point double-double with the assists. plus 13,700. It hit 40 in back-to-back games. The assist numbers have been up there.
The only thing that makes me nervous if it's a defensive style game. That's the only thing.
This is true. No, this is true. This is true.
I mean?
But they've been defensive style games for the better part of the series, and Brunson's been getting his points.
True. Really good point. Really good point. Ain't a bad one. I like that plus 900 though. I'm finna go get that. That's where I'm at. 40-point double Embiid. Sign me up. Now, Roof, one more thing to talk about before we get on up out of here. A moment of truth. Do them Toronto Maple Leafs force game 7.
The fan in me says yes. The handicapper in me says do what's got you to the bank every single game for the better part of this series. Take the under. Take the under because the Leafs have scored 3 goals or less in 12 straight playoff games, 2 goals or less in 11 of those 12. If they're going to win this game, it's going to be another defensive slugfest. If you think the Bruins win this game, you take the over, take 4-2, 5-2, because the Leafs will pull their goalie and the Bruins lice it, and they will have no qualms of sticking it to Toronto. But I think this one's either 2-1, 3-2, something like that. Going to be on pins and needles for the entire game. Life of a Leafs fan. Welcome aboard. But to answer your question, I hope we're going 7. Oh, God, I said the word. Oh, no.
Hey, I'm betting y'all, man. I'm betting y'all boys today. I'm on the Maple Leafs, man. Let's get it done. Come on, Toronto, man. I know they're the house of disappointment of hockey. I know. This might be the year for the houses of disappointment. We see Minnesota balling. So we'll see. I'm on the Maple Leafs. I am.
No, where's my?
No! 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 For the last time, no.
Maybe hit the no button in a minute.
Don't do it.
I'm on the hype train.
No.
Yes, sir. It brings us to everybody's favorite part of the show.
Why? Why?
Parlay.
Just kick yourself in the nuts. It won't last. It won't feel as bad.
No. All right. What are we doing? Parlays?
Yes, sir. Small card today.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the most random ass parlay today. Gonna go with the Cleveland Guardians, Indiana Pacers team total over, and the under in the Leafs game. And I'm gonna heavily bet that Joel Embiid and Jalen Brunson parlay, and Joel Embiid in general.
Guardians, Maple Leafs, 2-teamer. Rangers money line, 3-teamer. There you go. Rangers money line, Guardians money line, Maple Leafs. And then Joel Embiid, 40 points, double, plus 900.
I'll go Giants, Nationals, Guardians, Pacers, Sixers.
Hashtag why stop there.
Because there's no other games. Bruins. That's why I said that. There's no more games. That's why. Bruins. I am gonna do that parlay though. I like it. Thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. Gonna try and act more professional tomorrow when Costy's here. We'll dress a little nicer also. Make it a winning day.
Speak for yourself.
Appreciate
Speak for
you,
yourself.
Martin. We got Joe Ross is pitching tomorrow. We'll be dressing for less. We got some big ones tomorrow. We got Martin Perez against Cal Quantrill. Yeah, it's all happening here. Tanner Houck against Paddock. Oh, Jay's. I wonder who Jay's got in this one. Ronel Blanco versus Jorge Kirby. Stay tuned tomorrow.
They got a line for that already? They got a line for that already?
No, they just announced the pitching matchup.
It's probably going to be still going to be getting great value there on the damn Mariners because they always overvalue the goddamn Astros. Jorge Kirby.
See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Be sure to tip your waitresses and bartenders. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.